Man, what's up, man? Polo Sports Talking ENT. I'm gonna jump right into it, and I'm doing this one a little bit early. Um, this ain't really no polo motivation or anything like that, but if you want to look at it from that perspective, then you could go ahead and do that. But make sure you hit the like and hit the sub, the comments, notifications, do all that good stuff, okay? One thing that I want to, well, let me say this before I get started too. This is mainly going out to my guys that are single, that are still playing the field, are still out on the market, uh, you know, not really looking to go steady with any female, man. And it don't just apply to my kinfolks out there, man. This applies to all races, man. All races, all cultural backgrounds, whatever. Okay. Um, but if you're married, if you in a solid, committed relationship and everything, then you could apply this as well too, because you always want your relationship to stay fresh. Okay, but one thing that y'all fellas fail to realize, and a lot of you do, some of y'all actually grasp the concept of knowing about a woman. You'll never be able to figure out a woman totally, though. You know what I'm saying? Just like a woman will never be able to quite fully figure out a man in that term either. But women have extremely high sex drives. Okay, they want it more. They want it just as bad as you do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the vast majority of them do a great job of hiding it well, and so, a lot of them see them giving off as them not being resistant and giving any type of space or giving any type of of submitting is is a form of weakness for them. You know, they're really weak in the knees. But see, a lot of you aren't playing your cards right. A lot of y'all, a lot of a lot of you that want a woman out there, or want women, want many women, or want as many females as you could get. You're not playing your cards right. You know, your approach may be all wrong. You know, she might want you like more than anything out of this world, but she'll never. A lot of them will never show it, and then next thing you know, they might go flirt with another guy, and you'll be like, "What? Like, why is she flirting with him and everything?" And that guy might not might not be, in her eyes, might not be as attractive as you are. You might be taller. You might be, um, all cut up, ripped. You know what I'm saying? Hair, you know, haircut and everything, you groomed up, you know what I'm saying, things on point and everything. But the fact that you're lacking, she's not willing to give you the cookies. And she'll give that guy the cookies just off the fact that he might he might make her smile from ear to ear. But the fact that you probably don't even have any type of confidence in yourself, or because conversation is confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't realize. The first and foremost, man, you gotta maintain a sense of self confidence, man. Confidence, confidence, confidence. I've said it before. The ugliest guy in the room can pull the baddest female in there. You know what I'm saying? Just off the fact that he confident. One thing that you always got to know in a relationship is that women will always um, they'll always treat you how you treat yourself. So if you feeling down on yourself, if you not feeling good and all this other stuff, man, she don't want to be around that type of shit. You know, and the main mistake that a lot of guys where they lose themselves is when they become desperate, when they drooling and everything. And a lot of women, they could use that to their advantage, and they'll take advantage of that. They're gonna look at you as a simp, you know. Uh, it's challenging, to get her when uh, when you're on the defensive side, and your value is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you have to set boundaries early, man. You got to set the barricades early, and you have to display your confidence at not cockiness per se, but confidence to the point where, okay, all right, well, she might make that little face in the beginning, but she like, okay, well, at least that nigga had the balls to even step to me. A lot of guys, will step up to a woman and say, hey, I would like to, take you out sometime. You know, how about I, get in contact with you and everything like that, or I'll give you my contact information. And she'd be like, no thanks, I'm good and all that other stuff. But inside, she thinking, okay, well, at least that nigga had the confidence to come up and try to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll remember that. And then next thing you know, instead of you shooting your shot the next time, guess what? She's gonna be waiting for you to shoot the shot the next time or whatever, because it might be a lady that you might see her, anywhere. You might go to the store and you see her every now and then. You try to, shoot your shot the first time, and just the fact that you was able to maintain a sense of confidence and prove yourself as being quote unquote high value. I don't even like to use that high value shit because a lot of guys, man, they sit up there and equate high value to materialism, which is the wrong thing to do. But it's gonna inspire that woman to want you more, and she always gonna want good things that are in limited editions, man. You know what I'm saying? They always want good things that are limited, meaning that they want a guy that they don't think that they could get. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females, they want they don't want to come off as desperate, but if if you could read, if you're good at reading people, yet alone a woman, then you'll be able to pick up on the fact that she automatically wants you. Uh, You know, you could look at it from a standpoint of, okay, well, yeah, she's playing hard to get, trying to play the hard role and everything like that. You could look at it from that standpoint, but a lot of these women are so up on game right now that, I mean, the challenge. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, that the challenge isn't isn't as far fetched, but you got to think about what's happening out here nowadays. You know, these women have constant offers from men in every type of angle that you could think of, that when you come with something or whatever, she's probably already heard that 100 or even 1,000 times, you know. she's probably already heard that 1,000 times. You know, another thing that you need to do is she needs to feel like she's inspired by your trust and being comfort around you or being comfortable around you. A lot of dudes, man, they assume that a personality wise, that they think that a woman will like it when you're trying to impress her, but that can trigger doubt and make her really defensive. She gonna put that wall up. You know, building trust with the female can inspire a strong emotional connection, and it's gonna come from her end. She gonna be emotionally attached if she feels really comfortable with you. You know, now if she's comfortable around you, it can motivate her to open up more to you. All right, and that woman is gonna grow even more emotionally attached to you. Now, I know that for you fellas, man, that's trying to just play the field, you're not looking for anything serious and everything like that, you might want to hold off on that point. But if you really mastered everything like that, then you'll be able to have that female feel the way that she's feeling about you. Uh, sometimes you got to be careful, and that's what I talked about just a few minutes ago about setting some boundaries and everything like that. But if you really putting it down right and you putting the game down right and everything, then 9 times out of 10, she's gonna feel some type of way. There's a lot of men that lead them on. I knew this guy one time, man. This woman did not want him in the beginning. He did not want him in the beginning, but what he ended up doing is because she worked at a firm. She was in the law, but he had a what you would say like a regular job. He was a security guard, and he used to come up there and everything because he knew some people that was there, and then also they had they had moved his contract over there too, so he would see her quite a bit and everything. And all she saw him as was like, just a rinky dink security guard. At least that's what the perception that he got. But he kept engaging with it. At first, he was coming off like kind of desperate and everything. And I knew about this situation too because we would talk about it when we was at the gym and everything like that. And what what we were trying to let him know is that, man, you coming off as like a puppy dog that like that. After a while, um so he went out on a couple of dates and everything, and the females that he was messing with, they would bring him lunch, or they would come up there and and come and visit him while he was on his post and everything, and they would sit down and stuff. And so he said that he saw her walking walking to the car and everything, going out the building and stuff. And she finally spoke to him. What I'm saying? His name was David, and he was like, she said, hi to him and everything like that. And this was when he was with the other female having lunch that he was messing with and everything, and he didn't even acknowledge her. He didn't acknowledge her or any of that and everything. But the girl that was with him had to let him know that she was speaking to him, but he already knew that. But he was like, and then he said, "Oh, okay, hey, how you doing?" and everything like that, trying to play. But inside, that might have infuriated her because she's sitting there and she's like, "Well, dang." At first, you know what I'm saying, he was showing me attention and all this other stuff. Now he barely even notices me. So then the tables had turned. The tables had turned, and he had knocked her off that pedestal and everything. Hold on, who is this? Yeah, hold on one sec, young. The tables had turned, and then he knocked her off that pedestal, and so then that's when she began to see him as the catch, and that happens a lot, man. That's why like a lot of guys you'll see on TV, they'll be like, you gonna want this, you gonna want this B once I get rich. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like what's his name, DC Young Fly, on that movie The Trap. You know what I'm talking about, Young, when he was trying to sell her, he was trying to sell him his promos for comedy or something like that, and she was like, "No, I don't want it," and everything. And DC Young Fly started doing the butterfly. He was like, "You gonna want this D once I get rich or something." But see, that's how it usually be, you know. But in the sense of material, you got to get away from the materialism side of things because I've always said this, and I've always had this mentality. You can even like my wife would tell you this. I could pull a thought on skates. I could pull a female on skates. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't need a whole bunch of money, materialism, or any of that other stuff. It's because I'm so excited. I'm so exciting and comfortable in myself that I don't need like a whole bunch of guys around me or a whole bunch of people around me to make me feel any type. And when a female gets sense of that and she understands that she's gonna be around you more and more. You could have all the money in the world, all the riches, you know what I'm saying, all the land, businesses, investing in a whole bunch of stuff, dress good, you know what I'm saying, smell good, do all that other stuff, man. But if you can't keep her entertained, if you can't keep her engaged, if you can't keep her interest, you know what I'm saying, you lacking. Go ahead with it, young. What you got, brother?
Oh yeah, salute to that Polo. I mean that. I mean that's. I remember one day just I was walking in and I was trying to talk to this girl, but she like rejected me. Then I'll be like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, but when I get money, you gonna need me. But that was just me. That was like motivation. Just like that was like just me. That was like motivation. At that time, I was like, yeah, you gonna need. Yeah, he was like, yeah, girls gonna need me when I be rich. You know, and then problem was that once they happened, they wanted they wanted more now. Not only just but just they wanted more money, more everything from you, and like you got to, and for you as a person, though, you got to be careful. Um, you got to be careful. Gotta be cautious on how you be surrounded with a female. Like you see female, no, that doesn't know any kind of female around the streets, female in the club, female, you see in their job, it's like all costs of them, because they really, they see you with money, they see you with money in your hand, or they see you driving a fancy car, or having a good have fresh clothes, they gonna attach to that and want it like, oh, I want this, I want that. Well, so you have to be very cautious about that.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and see, really, man, and I don't know if you listen to the beginning of this, but basically, man, what I was saying is that you have a lot of guys out here that don't really know how to pick up on whether or not the woman truly wants him, and like I said in the beginning, young, always remember this: a woman's sex drive is through the roof automatically. The vast majority of them. Let me say this again: a woman's sex drive is through the roof automatically, but it's just that a lot of guys they're not paying attention, and they're not properly doing the things that's necessary to make it harder on themselves. This leads me to my next thing, young. See, a lot of guys, they need to understand what a woman truly desires. Understanding her desire, it puts you in a better place to know what she needs. A lot of y'all, man, y'all have to ask a woman. Y'all have to be like, oh yeah, well, hey baby, you need this. Hey baby, do you need that and all this other stuff? Dog, if that ain't if that ain't weak right there to a woman, man, that is like one of the most weakest things that she sees, because some of them, they want a man to already be able to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So like for instance, young, a complete turn off that's gonna make her for not busting it wide open for you, and uh give you that wet them wet cookies, is you asking her, what are we gonna do for the date, or what are we? No, you gotta have that planned out. Look at this. Can you please buy? Huh? You see that, young? We already got trolls.
I mean, when you said about the sexual drive, I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you give it to her too good. I mean, once you have that endurance and stamina with the healthy blood flow to your to your sprout, she will literally want it every day. Like it might sound cool at first, but sometimes us men, we just want to chill. Because if like, say if I satisfy as a girl to a point, she wants it every day and take consideration the physical strain on me during like say during sex. I most likely will put in a lot of work, especially if I'm going for at least 30 minutes, and she wants it like 4 times a day. And you know, 'cause I always thought girl was bad who wants it every single night, but it's just got to get looked to other guys who probably the woman too good, but you got the work to cut out for you, But
well, well, see, understanding her, and understanding her need, because you're not gonna fully understand a woman no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because women have so many different emotions. They're like emotional creatures, and I think that a lot of men really, they say that they understand. Oh yeah, yeah, I know a woman now. This other stuff. No, you don't. You don't know. And see, you having to plan everything out. Uh, that that makes her even more desirable to you. Like say for instance, young, you finna step out with a female. You be like, the first thing she gonna ask is, "Oh, where are we going?" You know what I'm saying? I bet you've been asked that before when you step out with a female. I know every time we step out, I'd be like, yeah, "Don't worry about it." You know what I'm saying? You'll see when we get there, and see that right there. That raises her interest even more, because she's like, "Dang, what's gonna happen?" You know what I'm saying? There's some spontaneism uh, involved. But if you come in there and be like, she'll be like, "Well, where are we going?" "I don't know. Where you want to go?" Oh, that automatically, man, um her punani done dried up. It done dried up, man. At first it was wet, you know what I'm saying? It was on point, you know what I'm saying? It was. You
Mm. I
she was
mean,
ready to
yeah.
give you the cookies. Yeah, and she was ready to jump in the sack. You know what I'm saying? Even about 15 minutes. But the fact that
Yeah.
you said that, and then when you step out somewhere and then she got to choose the place, and then she got to go somewhere and everything, or she got to pay and she got to do that and everything like that, she probably looking at the guy that's out there giving her the eye and everything. You don't pick up on it, but then she ready to just go ahead and get rid of you. And then next thing you know, she gonna go ahead and bust it wide open for that dude.
Yeah, like you said, by understanding, you have to you if you understand the female's nature, you would know that they have a higher drive than us men. Besides, he has taught them the suppress of their sexual desires, and the average woman is having more than that than the average man, despite them outnumber us like say 15-1. Just they all sleeping with select group of men. If once I feel like men, once you started to understand and more importantly accept women for their true nature, sometimes you're gonna feel guilty for how easy it is to sleep with a woman. And I'm lucky because have older male cousins who are older males uncles who are seriously what's that word, guileless,
Mm.
guileless, who expose me to females nature from a young age because they m- women are better to able to suppress their drives better than we are, but their ability to suppress do not have to equalize for having the lower drive. Mm.
Right. Yeah, a woman. See, another thing is that a woman she'll want you if you are able to establish that trust and that her being comfort with you, not necessarily friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Because if for those of y'all that are single, like I know Young, he's single and stuff. Man, the friend zone is the last thing. Not unless you really truly care about her, as a friend or something like that. But if you're trying to get with her and everything like that, the last thing that you want to do is be the friend zone. She want the man that she desires sexually, emotionally, and physically. You know what I'm saying? And as I told y'all earlier, you gotta be careful with the emotional attachment because some of these females are crazy. You're gonna get like a girl like Martin did on Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Brandy and
Oh
shit.
my god.
Yeah, you don't want to have a cake. You don't want to have a cake with
You,
the big
you
old
wake
butcher
up in the
knife
morning,
on
she cook you breakfast out of nowhere. Like, how you got to my house?
there. Yeah, bacon, eggs, all that. Um, Look, another thing is, man, and like I said before, you if you build a strong emotional connection. Now, this applies more for my guys that's really trying to desire and be in a relationship and everything, man. Women are attracted to what appeals to them emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So if hey young, you in
Mhm.
the rap game, and the rap game is filled with a whole bunch of women. Now, you told me a story one time, man, about salute to you, Jelly Beans. Salute to you, Theo B. I see y'all in the building. Now, you told me that you had one chick. I think if I could remember correctly, you had the one female that was, you was, she was kind of like, your friend and everything like that. But then you had the other one that was truly, really that you wanted or whatever. But the other one that was your friend was truly a emotional attachment. If my memory serves me correctly, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, see, in that situation right there, believe it or not, because these women talk. You might not know that they talking about you, but they could be talking behind the scenes and you don't even know it or whatever. And they competitive than a motherfucker too. Like, I know that one time there was this girl that I knew, and they said that they was having a conversation about who can get who first. Like, you use your imagination. They ain't talking about but one thing. They talking about the D. They talking about, as Bernie Mac say, good dick. You know, the, like they're not gonna tell you that though. You know what I'm saying? And then like let's say Young, you walk up, you an artist and everything. They all fighting over Young. It's like four or five of them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they might be laughing and giggling and all this other stuff. But then you walk up when you know that they attracted to you and when you know that they want you, they get quiet. They get quiet, and then one of them might say something. They might be like, "Oh, hi, Young," or something like that. She wanna test you right then and there to see if you gonna gauge that attention, and then that's when they all gonna try to come at you in every type of way. They're gonna pull you from all type of angle. This girl gonna want to go out to lunch with you. This girl want to go out to the movie. This guy that might shoot Young. You been in the rap game. Shoot, them two of them might two at a time. You feel me? They might want you to come roll with them and go to a hookah bar. Just two of
Yeah,
them, and then next thing you know, yeah, you play your cards right. You might be getting both of them.
I, definitely because what try the woman is what type, what type I think what try to me it's like to me it's confidence because because at the
And you be
time
like, look,
I
and
be
then
yeah.
listen. Then there might be a guy that'll ask you if you with them. Listen, you'll be so confident, like they waiting on you to be uh, if you come off like simpish and be like, oh nah, these my girls, to be like nah, but if you be like, oh nah, I ain't with them, you know what I'm saying? Like they gonna feel like I can't believe he had to say that, but guess what? That's gonna turn them on because it's like you feel like you don't need them. You so confident in yourself that like, but if you like up in there, oh no, that's me, and all this other stuff, they might not say nothing, but at the same token, they gonna see that as weakness. So I done been in that situation before. I done been in that situation before. Like what I said, nah, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll come back and I'll be like, hey, well, what happened with you and old boy? But the reason why is because Young, you so comfortable and you so confident in yourself and your center that you're not a needy ass nigga. You
Mhm,
understand? You focus on your purpose. Your purpose is to be the best rapper that you could be, or to be the best actor that you could be.
mhm,
And and most of them are trying to do anything that they can to try to get in the way of that. And that leads me to my next point too. You have to make your intentions clear. You have to make your intentions clear. A lot of us, man, a lot of us fellas that we make, man, the mistake that we make is trying to pretend to be a woman's friend with no expectations of the romance. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's how you end up getting friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even like to call that shit. That friend zone sounds so damn cliche. I'm gonna say she just don't want your ass. That's pretty much
uh,
what it is.
I
That's what
know.
I think of friend zone as. Is that what you think of it as, Young?
Friend zone is it's like she don't want you as a boyfriend, but she gonna keep you as a friend. But she gonna still put you as still be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Been through that so many times of being friend zone, and for a
Oh yeah.
person, yes, it was tough. It's like being it's like being in jail and you don't know when you're gonna get released from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then so that's what they you will be caught in the friend zone if you don't like you said confidence and if you bring up the cockiness you be feel real cocky
Oh
real like I know I got this I got that that would be a turn off for a woman because one
yeah.
would because they would not be interested in that that's what I always say told myself that you had to bring real confidence, which attract a woman, not this a man with like a real confidence that like, and then you can't, if you can't do that, then you act real childish in mindset, and try hardest, and if you try so hard to appear masculine or force cockiness, the biggest turn off for women. So I say no, confidence, respect, glorification, love of a woman, while it's still being, and they want you to be dominant naturally as a man. So it's definitely a combination of fun, because it's fun because women, they want a man to be dominant. That's what I say. That's all it was, dominant, confidence, qualification, and just being yourself.
Right. You right on point. And see, a woman knowing that you're, see, a lot of men, they don't understand this, but a woman already knows that you want the cookies, and she's willing to give it up to you. But the woman knowing that you are attracted to her will make her consider if she wants you uh sexually. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like what you had said. Young, you said you can't come off desperate. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to choose whether or not, okay, it's got to be in the ball got to be in your court. You know what I'm saying? She gonna feel comfortable in investing her emotions uh, in you, because the chances of rejection are like really super slim. You know what I'm saying? And listen, no matter how good they are, sometimes a woman, she'll turn you down for many reasons. You know what I'm saying? For her reasons, and she'll send smoke screens with that stuff. Uh, Young, she
Hmm.
might tell you she might tell you, okay, well, I just see you so good as a friend, but in the back of her mind, she just like, well, he's not, he ain't rough enough for me, or something like that, and she don't want to tell you that to hurt your feelings or whatever. But then as soon as somebody else breaks it to you, and let's say, y- she he they told she told them, but she didn't tell you. And then next thing you know, you get a glimpse of it or whatever, and you start treating her different, you start acting different and stuff like that. Guess what she gonna do, y'all? She gonna be like, well, what happened? What, like, for instance, if it's me, well, what happened to the Polo that I used to know? You used to be so sweet and kind. And it's like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they'll do. But they trying to get you back to where you could be a doormat, or you could be a punching bag, so to speak. But you gotta stay in your center. And like you said, man, you said you got uh a lot of guys won't even admit that they got stuck in the friend zone for a while. You know what I'm saying? I done been friend zone a couple of times or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, in my instance, I moved on super quick. I had like really short term memory. So it was like, I'm not gonna get all attached and all this other stuff. And then they would call me. I wouldn't pick up the phone. I wouldn't do any of that stuff, because I'd be so busy or whatever. And then I'd catch them somewhere. They'd be like, "Hey, we haven't hung out in a while and everything like that." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I've been busy." You know what I'm saying? But I holler at you. Yeah, I'd be like, "Hit me up." I say something, and then they hit me up, but I won't answer. But see, that makes them that make them want you even more and more. Nowadays though, women pick up on that shit so quick and easy, because they got so many guys hitting them up on the DM, hitting them up on all these platforms, all this other stuff with all type of offers. These men are willing to fly them out to such and such places, give them a whole damn vacation without them having to do anything. The only thing that they want them to do is just be there and be there as companionship. And they see it as an opportunity.
Hmm.
They see it as an opportunity. And for my females out there, man, I don't want y'all feeling for my female subs, I don't want y'all feeling, offended by, because it might not apply to you, but there's a lot of women out there that it does apply to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking you for you. Hey, you do what you do, but young, it's just the fact that a lot of men, they can't get upset if the woman turns them down. You know what I'm saying? Uh you like a lot of guys, man, they don't show no passion or an adventurous spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the easiest ways that she can even heighten her attraction to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be adventurous, man. You got to be like, what, have fun. You know what I'm saying? You ever been, with a female young man, and she like, I don't know, she a female ain't never said this around me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if she said it about me. She be like, oh, it's boring around here. Cause like a lot of the females that I've dealt with in the past, they real blunt. You know what I'm saying? I had one female say, okay, well, let's go do something else or something like that. And I'm like, shit, I'm down or whatever. But you don't never want want a female around you to be like, oh, ain't nothing popping over here, man. What they doing over there? That's when, man, you better hurry up and gain that back quick, because you gonna lose her interest real quick. You ever had that happen to you?
Oh, when a girl, sometimes, doesn't, sometimes, yeah.
Cause I ain't never, I don't know. I'm too like, I like to do a million and one things. That's why, like, I don't know, man. Like my wife, like, man, you be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's how you got, women love that though. They might criticize that shit, but why? What the fuck? I'm gonna do the same thing over and over again. Like, what's her name on Friday?
What's
Hey,
on?
hey, young, what Unc's wife? Hey, it's Mr. Nasty time, and she up in there raising the roof. But you see how when Craig came in, oh, a burst of new energy came up in that motherfucker. That nigga Craig adventurous. But see, that's how you gotta be, nigga. You gotta be all over the place. And a lot of, man, that woman is ready to bust it wide open. Look, let me be clear, young. I don't know if you heard me earlier. I'm talking to mainly my single fellas out there. Single fellas out there, you know what I'm saying? That's still on the market. Y'all, any man, your sexual drive is at a point, man, where when anything, man, nigga, you walk up and you get in the wood in church or some shit, nigga. That's how I'm talking about. Like 19, between the ages of 19 up until, like, I would say about 28 to 30 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you still single. This is who that applies to. But if you're in a relationship, this can apply to you too. Like I said, man, I'm not taking anything away from my guys that do the little relationship coaches or anything like that. I don't see myself as no coach. What I see myself as is a guy um, that has had somewhat of a successful marriage, and then on top of that, experience. And this is something that I could give to people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys are afraid to, like Young. He's not afraid. I I came up to my uncle and some people and been like, I'm having trouble with that. But see, a lot of y'all are prideful. Y'all go on the internet looking for answers, googling shit and all that other shit, man. That shit don't work unless you apply it. Am I right, Young?
Yeah, definitely. Unless you, unless you try and use give advice instead of using the internet, for your sources, I would say, just I did I did that once. I did this quiz thing like which girls if like what type of girl I'm dating like. It did. And then I remember
Yeah,
I was like what type of girl that like me like what type of girl would be and then it was just weird for me. 'Cause I used to do that all the time in school, and then
mhm,
like it just didn't like it just be getting weird. I'm like I need to ask somebody. Then I asked my uncle. Then he
right.
taught me. I think that's where I started becoming learn. That's why I started to like grow up. You know, 'cause,
Hey,
like he used to tell me about he told me about sex and not being afraid, not being afraid when you talk to him about it. And all of a sudden, he just started showing me like photos of women.
yeah.
Women that's when I really started to grow up.
Eh, Hey, look, I'm gonna put it to you like this, young, and I'm gonna get to closing in just a second or whatever. But you know what I see, like a lot of guys, man, when they try to come with that fake game or something that they, like you said, researching sources off the internet and stuff like that. Let's say you play 2K, right? And you playing online, but the only thing that you've been doing really is just playing the computer. Well, if you play with somebody online, they probably gonna blow your ass out of the water because you ain't never really you ain't never really played against nobody of that caliber or anything. You so used to playing the computer, and then they gonna ask you, young. You'll be like, you play against the computer a lot, don't you?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
nigga, that's the same thing with a female. Nigga, they already know what type of bullshit that you coming with because they done probably heard it like 1,000 times. You probably be in the mirror trying to rehearse. Nah, nah, this is how I'm gonna come at it. Nah, I can't do that. I can't. Nigga, they respect you more if you walk up and trip and fall than if you come up in there and you sound rehearsed. And I know that might sound funny, and it might sound, yeah, right, get the hell up out of here. But they'll respect the guy who is at least confident in himself. You know what I'm saying? He might not be uh all by the book and all this other bullshit off the internet or nothing like that, but at least you came real and everything. Look, I had a I had a female do this to me. She like, oh, you really trying to get my, you know what? You really trying to get my pussy, huh? Like that's what she told me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real, okay? Yeah, hey, some people, I'm just being real with you. And I was like, yeah, I just told her straight up, yeah. This was before I was married. You know what I'm saying? And it worked for me. I didn't try to come with no game. I was like, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't got no game. Like a lot of females are already ready to bust it wide open and do whatever they got to do or whatever. Because if you walk up to her and you be like, you know what, man, I ain't got no game. Look, I just want to know, man, when can we link up and da 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 da. They'll respect that more than you to be like, damn, man, shit, man, my mind is tired or some. You know what I'm saying, ready to spit some game to her or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, man, if you don't get that silly shit on, that shit you don't rehearse, they already know that shit, and a lot of them, they not with that fake stuff. They just want you to be legit and real. It's just like what you were saying about your uncle. Yeah, you gotta come correct. A lot of them are already ready to go ahead and give it up to you. you know. And I know some guys' focuses are different. A lot of guys, you know, I've talked to several guys, Their
Mhm.
first intent isn't even sex. They just want to have conversation, engage in conversation. I
Right,
know guys
yeah,
like that.
yeah, cause dog, I was like, I'm like that, cause I don't want to rush things.
Hmm.
I don't want to rush things. I just want to like give it some time, and then hopefully, hopefully we can go that route. But me, I'm more like a conversation first guy. Get to know him more first, and then whatever
Hmm.
happens, happens.
Right, right. And you know, but then again, you know a lot of guys, man. That's they and females too. Shoot, listen, I'm not gonna exempt any females. Hey, there's females that are just as heartless, and shoot, they'll they'll hit you with the wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and then you'll be like, what? I can't believe she had the audacity to cut me off.
Hmm.
They all they really wanted. There's a lot of females like that out there. You'll be surprised. They all they want is to be physical. It reminds me of that show. What is it? I don't know if you ever watched the show, young. It's called Queen Sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on. It come on. It's on the Oprah network or whatever, man. Yeah, I fuck with the Oprah network. I gotta watch it too because mama put me on that shit. Yeah, yeah. Y'all say what y'all want. I don't give a fuck. I watch it. But it was this guy on there, man, on the show. He was he was banging the professor. He was banging his teacher. You know what I'm saying? And then he got attached. The he's a student. His name was Micah. He ended up getting attached, and he brought her flowers for her birthday. And guess what she did, young? She was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "This is just supposed to be a physical thing." And guess what she did? She said, "I'd rather not see each other no more." You know what I'm saying? But see, he just kept it just playing, playing it like she wanted it, just sticking with the physical and all that other stuff. He probably would have still been in the game. But the
Mm.
fact that you came in there with the feminine quality, showing, oh yeah, it's your birthday and all that, and then she ain't trying to celebrate no birthday with you. All she want is the dick. That's all she wants. She know that you young, you horny than a motherfucker. Uh, you single. She ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? She wants you to blow that dust off. That's all she really wants you to do. She ain't trying to, get attached to anything like that because she know, okay, if she close, 30s, close to her 40s or something like that, and she fucking with you, and you like 19, 20 years old or something like that, nine times out of 10, she don't see no future with you. She, gonna end up like Nick Cannon and motherfucking Mariah Carey and shit.
Tattoo the name of the girl back. Tattoo the name of the girl back.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, she don't see that. So she cut him off. And like I said, it happens like that sometimes. And he was actually trying to establish something. He told her that he cared about her. But see, that's what I was just telling you earlier, man. That's what I was telling you earlier. And a lot of them they want it. They want it. And a female, if a female wants it, she'll let you know. She'll let you know. I know you done picked up on that a whole bunch, young.
Right. I picked up a lot from it. Know how to know deal with women, how what oppression those women want.
Hmm.
And just if she hon- if she's like horny, then she's horny. Now I remember just um I remember just it was yeah, I remember it was a girl and how she just saw my picture, then she became horny. Like out of nowhere. I was like, I was like, what? And then she was like, what's your name? I was like, and I said my name, and then it's like, you know how like when a girl moan and it's your name, and
Yeah,
she did that, and I was like, that's weird. You know, just like to me, it's that weird because that's one thing I was very cautious about when it comes to women. That that like that
you was like, nah, that's psycho right there.
that's psychos. Women are very psycho and crazy over sex. Someone will be crazy over sex. Even if
Yeah,
you give it to them, they'll still be crazy about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like, like that's just like okay. If you go into a place like a strip club, young, you know. What's up, LA Sports Live? I see you in the building. Y'all go subscribe to my boy LA Sports Live, man. Um, that's just like a place like a strip club, right?
Mm.
Everything in there is driven by what? It's driven by sex, man. It's driven by sex and it's driven by lust. So a lot of females, man, that are in there, man. Let's say you go in there young and you get a dance. You've been dancing. This chick been dancing on you for quite some time, right? You know, she know you a regular and all this other stuff. You know, you pretty much paying her bills. I'm not saying that you are, but just an example. But then she ain't there one night, but then she start dancing. You start dancing with, or another female start dancing on you. Well, she sees that one day, and guess what? They jealous of each other, and so the competitive it be like a competitive thing, and so they be like, oh no, girl, that's my customer and all this other stuff, and she's so willing to do anything that she'll do anything just to keep you as that customer. Well, that's the same thing in the sense of what you see in the world today. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably done talked about you. The females already know who you are. They know what you about. They like, oh yeah, well yeah, I know Sterling Young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his music is hot. Da 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 da. Da. And just the fact that that they said your music or they saw you, you know what they say all in the videos or they done seen you all the time and stuff like that, and they talking about you. That gauges their interest. They already see you as believe it or not, they see you as an alpha without even having a conversation with you. And they just want to say, okay, hey, yeah, I got with Young just so that they could brag about that type of shit. It's a lot of females like that, man.
Hmm.
You know, and or hey, I was with Polo, da 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 da, or something like that. You know, they just want to say that just so they want to be with you just so that they could say, okay, yeah, I got with such and such, and I'm glad you picked up on that and you was able to, kind of, I don't know about this and be hesitant about it because you never know what her intentions are. Because a lot of them, if you really know, if you could read it and you street smart and you got common sense over book smart, you could pick up on if a person has what their intentions are, especially a woman. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna shut this down. Young man, I thank you for pulling up, man. You got anything left to say, man?
Oh man, no. So no. Good luck on the. Have a good day. Uh, that's what I'm saying. Have a good day. They have. I wish everyone have a good day. So.
No doubt, no doubt, man. Yeah, and y'all, I thank y'all for pulling up, man. Wasn't too many that pulled up, but everybody that was listening, man, I thank y'all for pulling up. I thank Young for pulling up. Like this video, share it, subscribe, man, and be sure to hit the notifications too, so that you're able to get my videos, man. Till then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later, man. Y'all have a good one.